the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James JC Cooley. All right.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
Yeah. Dr. James JC Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and of course, we got the executive producer, co-host, Dr. Michelle Cooley. As I always tell you, that she does all of the heavy lifting and making sure that we're ready for these shows. And I tell you what, we've been on the road lately. I mean, she done wrote like the last 20 top-notch shows where, I tell you, her mind, her brain, her beauty. She put all of that in every show that she writes. Oh, how you doing, Michelle? I did not know you were there.
I'm doing good. I'm excited to have this. We're excited to have this guest on the show. He's been on the show before, but we brought him back, and he's got a very interesting topic to discuss, very inspirational, motivating topic. So we're really excited to have him back on.
This is a motivating a friend of mine, and last time he was on the show, I think it was an emergency fill-in because the person canceled out at the last minute, and canceled out and almost hurt us bad, but he was around, stepped in as a champion and hit a home run immediately. So I'm excited to have him on the show to talk about this topic because I believe that we all have to do this. I'm not going to give it away yet, Michelle, but we all must have it in our heart to walk in purpose. Okay, I kind of got a little carried away that time, but this guy right here, I tell you, he's absolutely fantastic. I like to call him my little brother. I learned so much from him, and I hope that he's learning something from me. But anyway, Michelle, can you introduce the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce this absolutely fantastic guest?
Yes, the title of today's show is called Walking in Purpose on Purpose. We're having a conversation with Pastor Ajae Gupton Jr. He is a visionary leader, community builder, and founder of Refueler Station Church here in Texas. He's going to talk about the 4 P's: pain, pressure, perseverance, and promise. So again, he is known to many as your refueler. He is passionate about helping people restore their faith, renew their mindset, and rediscover their purpose in God. As the founder of the Ragz2Riches Foundation, Pastor Ajae mentors and empowers youth and young men through life skills development, leadership training, and spiritual growth programs. His powerful message, "Your struggles bring success," inspires others to see challenges as opportunities for transformation. Beyond ministry, he is a motivational speaker, author, and entrepreneur dedicated to uplifting communities through faith, purpose, and action. Pastor Ajae's heart for people and his passion for growth make him a true refueler for this generation. Please welcome back to the show, Pastor Albert Ajae Gupton Jr.
How you doing? How you doing, Pastor?
My peoples, it's so good to see y'all. I love when I'm just in y'all presence. And so to just be able to grace this popular platform of the Cooley Foundation, man, I'm so excited. And Michelle, you gave me goosebumps reading that over there, man. That sounds real good. I guess I am somebody, huh?
You are more than somebody, my friend. You're more than somebody. You're doing great things out there in the communities. I'm talking about just in life in general.
Yes, sir.
And I wanted you on the show today to share a lot of the things that you're doing. Also talk about your book, talk about you. But before we get started, for the people that did not see you last time when you was on the show, can you tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit more about you, where you grew up, what make you click, why you're so passionate about the things that you're doing right now?
For sure. Well, what's up, people? I'm Ajae. You can call me Pastor Ajae. You could call me Ajae. I'm from Hartford, Connecticut, born and raised, grew up in Buffalo, New York, born to Pastor Albert and Wanda Gupton Sr. So I'm a PK. I've lived life. I've enjoyed life, and I've done a lot of things in my life, and I'm finally walking in the purpose of what God has called me to do on my journey while I'm here on earth. And my job and my goal is to help people see God from a place of where they are so they can step up and walk into the purpose of what they've been called to do while they're on this journey. So that's me. What you see is what you get. I'm like Flip Wilson.
So, oh, remember Flip Wilson?
I know you know him. I know you know him. Y'all don't know JC, a comedian. Y'all
used to be.
Used to be.
You know, so Pastor Ajae, how would you define walking in purpose, on purpose, and why it is intentionality so important in our spiritual walk?
Well, when you're walking on purpose, in purpose, and on purpose, you're not just living, but you're aligning. You began to align yourself and you began to align your life up with what God has purposed you to do. It's very imperative that as we are on our journey and as we do what we do in life, that we don't get caught up in the gift so much that our gift taints what we've been purposed to do. Your gifts are simply given for you to walk in your purpose and to walk in alignment with what God has purposed your life to do. So my job, I believe that God has sent me to a generation now. I call it generation now, to wake them up to understand that, listen, it's time for us to align ourselves and to get in the posture and to get in the positioning of our purpose. So that's what I want to do. That's what I want to help people see.
You know, Ajae, a lot of people that I believe that I know think that they're walking in purpose of the Lord, and the Lord never called them. And they just out doing these things because they think people are going to gravitate to them. But if God has not called you at that particular point,
for sure,
to walk in purpose, that means you're walking blind. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, first of all, some were called and some just went. let's say it that way. I'm from old school. My dad always taught me that, you know, you got people that are called and then people that just went, because many are called, but few are chosen. And a lot of people, you have to get to the point where, am I doing this to please people or am I doing this to please God? That's the difference. Once you realize who you're doing it for and you understand the why of what you're doing, then you're able to walk in your purpose. Every believer, let me just say this, every believer, if you say you believe God, you have to obey God and be intentional in your walk of your purpose. If there's no intentionality of what you're doing as a believer, then you're just existing. You're not living.
So Ajae, when did you first become aware of God given purpose for you, and what did that process look like?
Well, I think that started for me. It started a long time ago when my dad, me and my sister, we were a unique couple, man. We didn't have a choice. We were forced to go to church because that's what it was. But, I had my moments, and it wasn't till I was 28 years old when I had my daughter, and I felt that it was time for me to stop playing, right? I had so many gifts. I had so many talents. I know how to go in a room and command a room and all that stuff, right, Jay? And then it's like, am I doing this for me, or am I doing this for God to get the glory? So at 28, I had my daughter. My daughter's name is Symphony. I tell people, you got an orchestra and you got a symphony. The symphony sounds better because everybody comes together. And I believe when God gave me my epiphany moment with my child, he woke me up to have a symphony with him, to understand that I need you to stand up. I need you to start aligning yourself and what I purpose you to do. Watch this. I'm not going to take you out of them rooms. I'm just going to put a different light on you so that they can recognize the light that's shining through you.
Wow, man. I ain't never heard anybody put it like that before.
I'm original, man. I'm original, man.
We got about 2 minutes before the break. What are some of the common distractions or obstacles that keep people from walking in their purpose?
Well, I'll say this. The first thing is people don't know how to deal with the pain. When it comes to walking in your purpose, you better believe there's going to be a level of pain that's going to be birthed as you walk in your purpose. Here's the reality of what we need to understand. Like the Bible says that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. And a lot of times when God is trying to push you into your purpose, you're going to go through broken seasons. You're going to go through a lot of seasons where there's a lot of pain, but pain is part of the price of your purpose discovery. If you don't have any pain, then you can't really discover what you've been purposed to do. Anything worth having is worth working for. Anything worth working for is worth fighting through it, right? But it doesn't always, people allow the pain to keep them paralyzed, and the pain is really simply to push you, right? No pain, no gain. That's an old school saying. I know you know that, Jay. But a lot of times when it comes to purpose, people can't handle the growing pains of purpose. Now watch this. I planted a church 3 years ago, and I'm still in the growing pains of my purpose, right? Wow. The issue is I do not allow the pain to paralyze me. I allow the pain to keep pushing me. Because if the pain does not push me, then I'm paralyzed.
Hold that thought. We got to take a station break. And I tell you, as you see, Pastor Ajae is bringing it. He always does. And you talking about a man, honesty, integrity, and ethics. That's who this young man is. That's who this young man is.
I appreciate that.
So I tell you, whichever platform that you're watching us on, whether it's E360 television, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Rumble, and over 80 other platforms, welcome to the show. If you want to be part of this conversation with Pastor Ajae, all you have to do is just go to the comments on the platform that you're watching us on. Ask this young man any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Dr. James, JC, Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life.
The future is here.
Now is the time to pursue the greatness in you. Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith meets future. We are a fully accredited, 100% online Christian university. We offer bachelor's degree, master's and doctorate degree programs. Built for students like you. Affordable tuitions. 30+ degree programs. 100% online and flexible. Integrating faith with learning. Study from anywhere at your pace. At VCU, we do not just prepare you for a degree. We prepare you for purpose. Discover who you are. Grow in faith. And build a future that impacts the world.
Are you ready to start your journey today?
Visit www.viridianchristianuniversity.com.
Apply today and be among the global leaders.
A Black Man's Point of View is the newest Amazon.com #1 release and bestseller book from author Dr. James J.C. Cooley, featuring the perspective from 11 other contributing authors. In A Black Man's Point of View, Dr. James Cooley unpacks his thoughts and personal experiences about the challenges, stereotypes, and feelings of self-worth that many black men face today due to a 400-year ancestry rooted in slavery and colonization. Yet, how so many black men move forward despite this history. Most importantly, A Black Man's Point of View conveys that all men, regardless of race, creed, or color, are capable of love, respect, and dignity. Described as a map to a greater life from the heart of a man who's experienced life's misfortune and harsh conditions, James shows us how beliefs, convictions, and a healthy mentality can help propel a life worth living. A must-read for all. Order your copy of A Black Man's Point of View by author Dr. James J.C. Cooley today from Amazon.com or wherever books are sold.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's life, and having a sit-down discussion with Pastor Ajae. And I tell you what, this young man right here, I learn from him every day. I look forward to seeing him every day. I look forward to working out with him. And as I mentioned, community is, to me, one of the most important things that we can do.
Absolutely.
Is to bring our people together.
Absolutely.
Educate them, teach them.
Absolutely.
Inspire them, and share God with them.
Right.
This young man is doing it all, and he's doing it well. So I'm so happy to be able to call him friend.
Yes, sir. And I'm happy to call you my friend and my brother and my mentor. If y'all don't know, Jay is my mentor. He's the reason why I got this out so quickly. He said, "Man, get it out. Stop playing with it." But we were talking about before the segment, because I need everybody to get this. When you're in your purpose, you're going to experience pain, right? Purpose will cost you people. Watch this. Sometimes God has to prune your circle to protect your calling. God will have to prune your circle to protect your calling. And I know when it comes to purpose, a lot of people don't like the pain of having to go through the pruning, but the pruning is what protects your purpose. If I can't prune you, then I can't protect your purpose, because when you lose or you let go of things, you may even be losing a relationship. You may lose a routine. You may lose a version of yourself that you probably didn't want to get rid of. But you have to understand that when there's purpose on your life, there has to be a level of separation that has to happen. And we have to also be able to understand that in the pain, we have to be able to set wise boundaries. Now, I wrote a little things that I want to share with you guys, that when you have wise boundaries, you must love people, but you have to guard your access. Because when you're walking in your purpose, the enemy will send a lot of familiar things to you that will try to keep you away from walking in your full purpose, but you have to guard your boundaries. Understand this, in the pain process, in the pruning process, there's going to be an audit that's going to happen. If you know anything about a store, a clothing store, sneaker store, every store that has inventory has something called an audit. When they have an audit, they make sure that everything is there according to what's on the sheet that they need to count, and that making sure that things aren't stolen or have been taken away. Sometimes in our purpose, through the pain, if we don't do an audit of things that needs to be around us and things that needs to be on our list, they could slowly take away things from you that will hurt you and will give you more pain that you're not even ready for it while you're trying to walk in your purpose. So I want to make sure that people are understanding that, like, your pain is one P that you're going to go through with your purpose. But the second pain you're going to go through, Jay, is something called pressure. We talk about this all the time, don't we, Jay?
Yes, all the time.
And when it comes to pressure, there's a word called endurance that should be next to that word, I believe. Because endurance is the engine for you to get to your destiny of your purpose. Right? So we got pain, right, Jay? You got the pain coming, right? So I got this pain, but now I got the pain and I got the pressure, but that's giving me a level of endurance. And when we look at our word endurance, in my book, I talk about the word endurance meaning to suffer but remain in existence. Your suffering moments won't take you out unless you allow it to take you out. Pressure doesn't just test you, watch this, Jay, but it trains you.
It trains you.
It trains you. It doesn't just test you. It trains you. And diamonds aren't made out of comfortability. They're not made out of comfortability. Listen, me and you do a lot of the same things, but we also understand that through our journeys of our purpose, similar may not be the same, but we're going to go through pressure. We're going to go through pressure because we understand that in the midst of you walking in your purpose, God has to give us endurance over excitement. Don't be so excited about what you know God is getting ready to do for you that you miss the fact that I still got to give you some level of endurance, because it's not going to be all excited days while you're walking in your purpose. The pressure sometimes will make you feel like you don't want to keep going. But here's what you'll understand. You gotta stay rooted in that word. One thing about me, man, I'm a young man, but I'm sold out for Christ. Yeah, I have my moments. I get upset. I get angry. I may shed some tears. I may even fuss. And if you catch me on a bad day, I might cuss. But I'm not going to allow what I'm dealing with or what I'm enduring through my pressure of my purpose to cause me to fall. So you got pain. You got pressure. What are you? You got to ask yourself, like, how do I stand in these moments? Who's your accountability person? Like, Jay, let me tell y'all something about Jay. Yes, we work out all the time. And can I be real with him, Jay? We work out.
Absolutely.
And when I'm right, he tell me when I'm right. And when I'm wrong, he tell me when I'm wrong. And watch this. When he right, I tell him when he right. And when he wrong, I tell him when he wrong. Because it's not about age, it's about wisdom. And so here's what we need to understand. You got to even get around people that's going to hold you accountable while you walk into your purpose. Bro, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Sis, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Jay, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Pastor Ajae, you ain't supposed to be Ajae. Miss Michelle, Dr. Cooley, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Because if I can't rely on you in my pressure to hold me accountable, then why? I'm sorry.
I love this, man. I'm loving this. I can't wait till the other two P's.
Man, listen. Here's what pressure does, Jay. Pressure reveals the capacity of endurance that you can handle in your life.
Absolutely.
It will reveal it. And some folk can't handle it, and some folk just break. But I'm not going to allow you to break because I'm your brother. I'm not going to allow you to break because you're my sister. I'm not going to allow you to break because I know that there's greater inside of you. Watch this. And if God says that there's treasure in these earthen vessels, and if we are earthen vessels made of dirt, then we can't get to our treasure until we continue to go through the dirt that we need to experience.
So you mentioned that the pressures, endurance, it will reveal.
It will reveal.
It will reveal the things that you've been trying to hide.
It will expose.
That pressure sooner or later it's gonna come out.
It's gonna come out. With old school saying, you know this, Jay. I love you. Know I'm young, but I'm old. Pressure bursts pipes. Okay, and if you're not releasing those pressures and you don't have somebody to talk to, or you're not even taking time for, watch this, you may not even have nobody to talk to. If you're not taking time to even talk to God about it, like, where are you? Where are you? We have to have a call to action, I like to call it. And the call to action is for you to name whatever that pressure that is that you're dealing with, call it out and say, listen, God, I need you to help me with this because it's tainting me from walking in my fullness of my purpose.
Let me add something to this.
Yes, sir.
You just mentioned the pressure portion of the 4 P's that you're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Endurance, reveal.
Yeah.
That goes with one of the messages that I talk about all the time. Pastor Ajae, it's called the OSD.
OSD. Give it to me.
Oppress.
Oppress.
Suppress.
Suppress.
Depress.
Do it again.
Oppress.
Oppress.
Suppress.
Suppress.
Depress.
Depress. Wow.
And this, it comes from this. I know we getting off topic a little bit, but we got time. It comes from when you are not sure in your walk with the Lord. And the Lord provides us with a suit or armor, right?
Armor. Yes, he does.
And when you are sure that suit will protect you against all of these things that are coming towards you, there will always be things coming towards you.
For sure.
So if you're not 100% sure, the suit of armor is going to help. It's going to push out and block as many things as possible. If you're walking fully in the Lord, you're going to be protected. If you're not, some of those demons or whatever,
yeah,
going to get through.
Yeah. But the reality of that is, Jay, you got to be honest with yourself.
Yes.
Stop hiding behind self and be honest with self. Because what you'll understand, pressure doesn't break the cord, it just builds them. Did you hear that, Jay?
I heard it.
Does not break the cord, it just builds them. And if we fold to the pressure, then you really didn't have on that armor.
You didn't have on the armor the correct way because you're not walking in the path. So my point is this: some of those things that are pushing against you are going to get through. And when they get through, we like, okay, some of them got through, but I'm gonna forget all about that. So we suppress that.
Yeah.
And you brought up something a minute ago about the pressure.
The pressure.
And the endurance. If the pressure is there and the endurance, and all of a sudden, those things that you've been suppressing, the pressure get to you, they reveal themselves.
They reveal it.
And guess what happened when they reveal themselves?
What's that?
You become depressed.
Because you let it take you over, man. You allow it to gravitate and take your mind. But that's why we got to be important about setting our boundaries. Wondering, you know what I found out? It's not even so much of who you're around, it's what you're taking in. Because you don't got to be around people to take in the wrong information. You could be scrolling on your phone, and you could be on the computer, you could be listening, or you could be reading the wrong stuff, and you let it digest inside of you, and now you got a spirit of depression on you, and you don't even need to have that spirit on you while you're going through pressure, but you're not allowing the right things to be in your ear gate, not allowing the right things to be in your eye gate. But we have to make sure you hit it right on the nose. It's funny you say that. I just told somebody that yesterday, that they ought to put on the whole armor of God. You can't wear the chest plate without the helmet. You can't wear the helmet without the legs. You got to put on the whole armor, because if not, you're exposed and you're vulnerable.
You're exposed and you're vulnerable. We gotta take a station break, but I want to finish this up. When it get through, you become depressed.
Yeah.
And when you become depressed, you want to hide. You want to live in darkness. The main thing I believe, Pastor Ajae, it's just what you said. You have to be honest with yourself.
Be honest.
If you don't love the Lord like you're supposed to, or whatever that is, just be honest with yourself. Go to the Lord, ask for help.
I need help.
Because you don't want to catch yourself in the dark room all by yourself, just wandering around. So I'm gonna leave with this, because we're gonna take a station break.
Yes, sir. Listen
to what this young man is saying about the pain, the pressure. We're gonna get to those other 2 P's when we get back.
Yes, sir.
But you always want to wear the suit right. Make sure that you believe in that suit, so that you won't have these things pushing up against you. Oppression, suppress, depress. We're gonna take a station break, and we're gonna come back, and we're gonna continue to talk to this young man, this young pastor, a lot more. And if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching us on. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
And I believe if you utilize these 4 C's in any organization and anything that you do, it creates this thing that I call character. Life is about character. Everything you do is about character. Character can be good and bad, but we want great character. So, as I close, I would like to thank Dale and Keith, the in and out program. I also like to present
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Dr. James Cooley.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you what, we got caught up in that last segment. Pastor AJ, he started preaching a little bit, and
I can't help.
it kind of rolled over on me a little bit. But I'm not a preacher; I'm just a teacher. So
You keep saying that. He go listen, y'all. We be in the gym. Jay say, I'm not the preacher. I'm just a teacher. But there's preaching. There's teaching and preaching. You are. You are. I'm gonna license you. Refill preacher. You're gonna be a refill preacher.
I tell you, what we were just talking about in the last segment, is so true.
Yeah.
Because you had mentioned earlier in the first segment about the why.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
The why, as it relate, in my opinion, as it relate to God, you'll never understand the why if you're not walking in obedience. I'm talking about fully understand the why.
Absolutely.
Why God put you or chose you to do certain things.
Yes, sir.
So, real quickly before we get to perseverance,
Uh-huh.
what roles do obedient play in fully walking in our divine purpose?
It's so funny you asked me this about obedience. I just finished the Bible study yesterday on our obedience. We dealt with Abram and how Abram had to be obedient to what God said, even at his 75 years of age. Listen, we all have favor that God has put on our life, but the favor cannot be revealed until we walk in obedience. Obedience is something that God requires from us. I say this to people all the time. It's 100 people that believe God, but it's only 1% of those 100 people that obey God. The Bible talks about obedience being better than the sacrifice. We worry about so much of what God is telling us to leave alone or to get rid of, when God is really looking for us to be obedient. It's not really in what you're losing, it's in what you're gaining from your obedience. Your obedience is what makes the difference. We cannot allow ourselves to keep living a life of trying to walk in purpose, but yet not being obedient to God. And if you're not obedient to God, then I know you're not being obedient to your purpose. Your obedience is necessary.
Obedience is absolutely necessary because that requires discipline, self-discipline, and that requires sometimes a renewing of the mind.
Yes, sir.
And many times we get caught up, I believe, Pastor AJ, and this is the way that I always have done it, and I'm not going to change. Well, if you don't change, I mean, and God is leading you down. I believe when God leading you down a certain path, a certain road, and you want to stay stubborn on the things that you have done in the past.
Yeah, like just you become. Listen, we've become so routine in habits and things of that nature that in order to see a difference in God, you need to do a difference towards Him. I know that may not be perfect for somebody, but I need y'all to understand something. Sometimes God wants you to see, you want to get a different result up out of me? Do something different towards me. Instead of praying on your feet this time, why don't you pray on your knees? Instead of just worshiping with your eyes closed, how about you worship me and open up your mouth and give me praise at the same time? Like, in order to see a difference, we got to do a difference towards Him. It's like people don't understand, like, this is really a relationship that we have to cultivate. Relationships can't grow without cultivation. If I don't show you who I am and you don't show me who you are, JC, we ain't got no relationship, bro. And I think people don't want to work through that. But anything worth having is worth working for. God is worth having, so it's worth being obedient to work for it.
You have to be obedient.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of times in doing that, perseverance is the next thing.
Yes, sir.
That we're going to talk about. In order to perseverance is a tough one that we have to adapt in order to be able to achieve. I believe the purpose that God had placed us on
Yeah.
this earth to do or in circumstances.
Yes, sir. This is what I say. Perseverance is what keeps you moving when your motivation fades. That's what I say. Perseverance is what keeps you moving when your motivation fades. This is what I wrote, Jay. You always got to show up prepared, right? And I said this. God be speaking to me. I was at the gym. God was speaking to me earlier, and he told me that perseverance keeps you going until God's grace shows. Here's what I understand about this. Staying in, I talked about this earlier, having that posture and being in alignment and being in positioning. Perseverance is faith with a long attention span. It's faith with a long attention span. And that goes back to what I was telling y'all about that word endurance. So you can receive God's promise for your purpose, but you got to have a level of perseverance because that's your faith. And you got to push through those plateaus when progress seems to not look the way you want it to look, right? You got to have a consistency of things because a lot of us stop when we don't see things looking the way we want it to look. But what looks to you is not how it looks to God. God sees what man can't see. God does what man cannot do. And a lot of times we go off of a carnal eye mindset when God says, I'm trying to show you in the spiritual of what I have for you. And when you're in that level of perseverance that I said, where it reveals the amount of faith, and then it also tells you what grace shows in your life, here's what happened. You got to have some grind with your grace. You hear me, Jay? You got to have some grind with your grace. You ain't got no grind. Come on now. What like, are you not like, you got to be able to work for this thing. God, listen, God has the ability to give us the desires of our heart whenever he wants to do it, but he want to see you work for it. Because if I give it to you without you working for it, you're going to spiritually become lazy. And many of us, Jay, hear me, Jay, when I say this, many of us have become spiritually lazy because he gave us the blessing and you forgot the blessing.
You forgot the blessing and become lazy, and we could become complacent.
Yeah, complacent.
In our thought process. I see my great friend, Terry Sue Parker, just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Terry. Happy birthday, Terry. You mentioned something a few minutes ago, Pastor Ajae, is sometimes you have to you have to do something different. You have to get on your knees and pray.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to do that. And many don't want to do that. They just want to follow the regular tradition. And I tell you what, I want to take a station break because we got another Peter that we're going to talk about. And then I want to talk about Ragz2Riches. I'm going to talk about your book. I'm going to talk about all those things.
Sure.
And so let's take the station break right now. And I tell you what, out there, if you want to be part of this great conversation that I'm having with this great man, all you have to do is just go to the comments on whichever platform that you're watching us on. Ask any questions. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Well, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, Pastor Ajae is on fire. As always, you should hear some of the conversations that we have in the sun and steam room, and I'm talking about just working out in general. Because all of these things that we're talking about right now, we kind of touch bases, bounces off each other. I'm talking about just in general conversation, because that's just how it is. If you don't understand the why, and you if you don't understand the why, that means you ain't researched or you haven't asked
Yeah.
whoever asked you to do whatever that is, something, whether it's God, whether it's a friend, whether it's I mean, you don't understand the why, you ain't gonna be able to move forward.
Yeah, and you know what, Jay? I want to say something just real quick. I wanted to tell you that we've been so conditioned as when we go through math to solve for the X that we forget that the Y is just as important. And I tell other people, we always solving for X when God wants us to always solve for the Y. If you keep the Y in front of you, you won't be X'd out. You get what I'm saying? Because we've been solving for X for so long that we've lost our why. God says, keep your why in front of me. Keep your purpose in front of me.
You have to keep your purpose in front of you. We got Steve. The heart that postures toward truth receives the joy that comes from his love. What are your thoughts on that, Pastor?
Read it one more time for me.
It should be on the screen. It says, the heart that postures toward truth receives the joy that comes from his love.
Absolutely. You have to listen. I spoke about it earlier. Positioning yourself, aligning yourself. When it comes to actually hearing from God, you can't hear from God if you ain't in the right position of where you need to hear from him. You got to clear yourself of all the noise. You got to get in the posture, and you got to get in the place of where he can truly speak to you. And watch this. Sometimes God has to isolate you just to inspire you. Matter of fact, I got to put David, I got to put Daniel in the lion's den with a lion. I got to isolate him, put him in the dark, put David in a dark cave, just so I can get him to the place of hearing from me from a posture of really being true. Because look, when you in a place where it's just you and God, you ain't got no choice but to hear. You really don't. You don't have no other choice but to hear, because that's who pulls you out of that cave. It's not your own ability, it's his voice that pulls you out. So
you know what, Pastor Ajae? Sometimes people think they're telling themselves that God told them this, or God revealed this to them, but sometimes it's their own ambitions or their own desires, and then they mistake it that God told them to do this. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's funny you say that too. I tell people all the time, we live in a world now where everybody believes Google before they believe God, right? Mm-hmm. And some things God didn't say, some things your flesh said, and you just moving off of your flesh. You need to know the difference. And everything that look good and sound good, I'm about to hurt somebody with this, ain't God. You get what I'm saying? Because when it's from God, it aligns. It's confirmation. It's something that you already knew that was there laying dormant, and God just sent somebody to tell you that I need to wake this up. So we got to be careful, even in this season, even with younger people that are just now walking into their purpose and walking into their faith. We got to be careful telling them what God said when God really didn't say it. It's your thoughts of what you said. And because you're God's man or you're God's woman, you want to just say it. Nah, you got to make sure you're hearing accurately so we ain't leading people the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
You are absolutely right. Now we're not gonna get to Rags and Riches. That's going to be another show. And
let me jump in real quick. There we go.
Yeah, but because we only got about 5 minutes left in the show.
Okay.
But I do want to talk about his promise.
His promise.
His promise.
So we talked about pain. We talked about perseverance. Pressure, excuse me. We talked about perseverance. Now we're talking about the promise. To me, when I say promise, that's in this era, they talking about, you know how somebody say, I got the receipts on something. God's promises are the receipts. In other words, I promised you, so I got the receipt to show you that I promised you. But a lot of us can't, it's not the promise that has made us fragile. It's our impatient posture that has made us fragile. First of all, God is not a man that he shall lie. If he said it, he said it. If he's going to do it, he's going to do it. And he moves off of his time, not your time. The vision, the Bible talks about Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision, make it plain, though it may tarry for a little while. Here's the reality of what it is. The vision may tarry, but it'll never lie. Right?
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Promise is God runs off of a promise calendar. He has his own promise calendar. Like, yes, we can do all of the things that we think we want to do, but if it's not in God's will and if it's not on his promise calendar, then it ain't gonna happen till he wants it to happen. Listen, and in order to get to the promise, there has to be what's the word I'm looking for? There has to be a continuation of participation. You got to continue to participate in worship. You got to continue to participate in what he's calling you to do. You got to continue to walk in the purpose that he has for you. And you got to stand on those promises and stop trying to keep a track record. Just keep walking in purpose. Because once you get to the end place of where he needs you to be, all of that is going to be seen because you're going to know, because he's going to bring it right back. Promises don't expire. Faith just needs to be refueled. Did you hear what I said? Your promises don't expire. Your faith just needs to be refilled. That's why it's important and it's imperative, as we talked about earlier, Jay, of having the people around you, having people around you that are speaking into your purpose. I'm to the point in my life now, if you can't help me get to the purpose of what God has called me to do, if we ain't on the same path, you got to go your way and I got to go my way. I love you, but we ain't going the same direction. Because I'm trying to please God. I'm trying to get to the promises. I'm trying to get to the things that he has for me.
And we do that by the 4 P's that you just talked about.
That's right.
The pain that we go through. The pressures, when it's that top gonna pop off sooner or later. And you have to be able to control that. Perseverance when you don't even want to do those things. But you have to continue to move forward. And the promise, if he promised you that he was going to do it and deliver, he will do that. 1 minute or less, AJ, tell them about, you got 1 minute, Refuel Church.
Refuel Station Church. We're in Lake Worth, Texas, where we believe it only works when we do it together. Our motto is Ephesians, where it says, don't be drunk with the wine, but be filled with the Spirit. Everybody in life is looking for a refill. Why not come and be refueled and refilled with the word of God? Come check us out.
Well, I tell you what, I am telling you right now, we have to do part 2. Because we have to talk about Ragz2Riches, and we have to talk about that wonderful book that you got out there, Michelle. Let's try to get him scheduled within a month, if his schedule permits. So
I might be getting crowned king with you in Ghana. I don't know, man. Congratulations to you. Can I just speak on that really quickly? I'm so proud of how God is still using you, man. And like I told you, how the same way he told Abram, and I will make your name great. That's what God is doing for you, man. And he'll take you from glory to glory, man. Just stay what you're doing, Jay. I told you, Abram was 75 when he said yes to go further. So it's not about age, it's about obedience, man. And I'm proud of you, man. Continue to do what you're doing. Michelle, we love you because you hold it down. Y'all see all them degrees back there? That's Michelle. That's Dr. Michelle Cooley. Y'all see all that back there? And we appreciate what you're doing, man, through the JC Foundation, man. And continue to just keep growing, man. Keep blowing, man. Any way I could bless it, I'm down.
Hey, thank you so much. I'd like to thank you again. We're going to get you back on part 2. But I'd also like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely fantastic show. Most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning into the James Cooley Show, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on the radio KCBQ, the answer out of San Diego, every Sunday, 9 p.m. Case Guy, AM 660, the answer out of Dallas, Fort Worth, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow. We'll be back Monday, same time, same place. It's your life. We'll see you then.